Hello, Facebook friends, family. What's up? This is Melissa Osborn, New York, born and raised. Gonna call while I'm on my reading. Yep, and it's giving me all the notifications that it's going live. I am going to be reading part of the Greenlights, Matthew McConaughey. You're more than welcome. Hi, Rachel. How you doing? Beautiful. Nice to see you, hon. And I wanted to let you guys know a little bit more about me before I start this reading. I started this journey in February 2018. Got into learning more about marketing, and it's helped me become a better me because I figured out what was going on upstairs and got more spiritual within myself as well. And reading has actually helped me progress in so many ways. So hopefully you guys enjoy. And I'll be tuning or changing some of the words around in my reading, so I'm not going word for word. And please leave a comment. Let me know if you're watching live or replay. And if you have any questions of what I do, I have a mobile marketing app. I help people build their business using their phone, learning how to use it. Do I know if it works? No, because nobody has actually bought it. So I don't fool around and make up stories saying, oh, I'm making money with it. No. I had to put it out there. And I like to be more of a positive impact. I like to get people out of their comfort zone and have fun. So, where am I? And I'm still in what part of it, of this book? Hold on, guys. Oh, the outlaw logic. It was the summer of 1979 when Dad moved Mom, me, and Pat from Uvalde, Texas, population 12,000, to the fast-growing oil boom East Texas city in the nation. Longview, population 76,000. Wow, that's a lot. Where Uvalde taught me to deal, Longview taught me to dream. Like everyone else, we moved for the money. Dad, excuse me. Dad was still a pipe salesman, and Longview was the place to make it rich. In the drilling business, soon after arriving in the town, Pat went away to a golf camp. Ooh. And Mom went on an extended vacation at a beach house in Navarre Beach, Florida. Rooster, already a multi-millionaire in his mid-20s, had moved to Midland, Texas. So it was just Dad and me living in a double-wide trailer on the outskirts of town. My dad could hurt with his hands, but he could also heal with them. Painkillers were no match for his hands. On my mom's head, when she had migraines, whether it was a broken arm or a broken heart, Dad's hand and his hug could heal, especially when it served service of a underdog or someone who couldn't help themselves. The other inhabitant of that double-wide trailer Dad and I were living in the summer was a pet cockatiel named Lucky. Dad loved that bird, and that bird loved Dad. He'd open her cage each morning and let her fly around the trailer. She'd rooster, cock-a-doo-doo, she would rooster on his shoulder while he walked around and perched on his forearm. While he petted her, he talked to Lucky. Lucky talked to him. We only put Lucky back in her cage at night to sleep. The rest of the time, Lucky was loose in the trailer morning until night. The only rule was you had to watch it when you excited or entered the door so Lucky didn't get out. The late afternoon after a July day of exploring the countryside on foot, I got back to the trailer at the same time. Dad got home from work. When we got inside, Lucky wasn't there to greet Dad like she always did. So we looked all over. No Lucky. Shit! I thought, did I accidentally let her out this morning when I left? Did anyone else come over today while we were gone? Seconds later, I heard Dad in the back of the trailer. Oh God, no, Lucky, no. I ran to the back of the found Dad on his knees, leaning over the toilet. There, floating in circles in the bottom of it, was Lucky, tears dripping off his cheeks. Dad reaching with both hands into the bottom of the bowl and gently cradled Lucky out. Oh no, Lucky, no. He groaned, sobbed. Lucky was dead, soaking wet, motionless. She must have accidentally fell into the toilet and gotten stuck between the seat's edge and trying to get out. Dad, still weeping, brought Lucky's sagging and lifeless body closer to his face, where he examined her hanging head. Then he opened his mouth wide and slowly put Lucky into it until the bottom half of her wings and her tail feathers were all that was outside of it. He started to give Lucky mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, only breathing through his nose so to keep consistent airflow into her lungs. He made sure his breath was measured enough, he hoped, to revive her, but not so much to burst her tiny lungs. On his knees over a toilet, cradling the bottom half of the cocktail named Lucky, with the top half of the same bird in his mouth, he breathed into her with a perfect amount of pressure. 1 exhale, 2 exhales, 3 exhales, his tears soaking already saturated bird for exhales. 5. A feather quivered. 6 exhales. 7. A wingtip fluttered. 8. Dad lightly loosened his grip and released some pressure from his lips. 9. Another wing tried to flap. He opened his mouth slightly, widened. 10. And that's when we heard, coming from inside my father's mouth, a small chirp. Now with tears of pain turning to tears of joy. Dad gently removed Lucky's torso and head from his mouth. Lucky twitched some toilet water and saliva off her head. Now, face to face, they looked into each other's eyes. She was dead. Now she was alive. Lucky lived another 8 years. Wow. God's Lucky. The goddess of luck is Fortunate. Fortunate is the sister of Fate. Fate is the divine order, and divine order is godly. So as far as I can tell you, if you believe in luck, you believe in God. The same summer, while Dad was at work every day, I explored the endless acres of the piney woods, barefoot and shirtless, wearing a chamois rope around my waist, with my Daisy BB gun in one hand, coming from Uvalde. I'd never seen trees like this. Towering pines shooting straight up in the sky, thousands of them I saw. I was in awe of one in particular, a white pine among the Ponderosa Cerdosa, 6 feet wide at its base, its peak trespassing the airspace. One late afternoon, while chasing down a squirrel with my Daisy, a half-mile from home, I came across a fence about 10 feet tall. Man, was it tall. It was strangled with vines and overgrowth, and a view faded no trespassing sign. I crouched, pulled back some foliage, and peeked through. On the other side was a lumberyard. Men in the hard hats, a couple of forklifts in action, and mountainous stacks of 2x4s, 4x4s, and plywood. Perfect, I thought, for a treehouse. And I knew just the tree. I stayed there until they shut down. The forklift packed up and closed down for the day. It was about 6 p.m. I ran home with a plan I couldn't tell Dad, a plan for the next 3 months of my summer. So what do you think he's going to be doing? Hi, Cheryl. How you doing, hon? The next morning after breakfast, Dad went to work at 6:30, like he always does. And as soon as he left, I went to our toolbox and found what I was looking for. A pair of wire cutters. I put my chamois and grabbed my daisy, left my shoes in the closet, and ran to scope out my mark. How was I going to do that? Let me see. There were people working at the lumber yard all day, so I'd have to come at night to plot it. What if I got caught by someone at the lumber yard? What if I got caught sneaking out at night by Dad? And what if he then found out I was stealing lumber from a lumber yard half a mile from home? I was nervous as heck. I was excited though too. That night after dinner and watching the Incredible Hulk, like I always did, Dad and I said our good night. I lay in bed wondering how long I should wait before I opened the double-wide bedroom window to sneak out. I could hear Dad still moving around his end of the trailer, so I waited until the slightest creak and been silent for at least an hour before I made my move. Slowly, quietly, I got out of bed. I wrapped on my chamois skirt, left my shoes in the closet, grabbed my daisy, a small flashlight, and wire cutters, and I was off to go. Tossed them all in carefully out the window onto the lawn below, then snuck myself out of the window and headed to my secret stash. So I'm going to read more on another day. I'm on page 48 of Greenlights because this chapter is pretty long. And I actually have a story for you guys, kind of like similar, and it's a true story that I did before I go, let you guys go, and thank you for tuning in and welcome new viewers. Was when I was like 13, and I took my mom's car while she was sleeping, and my dad. They were always like, they slept. Like, a bomb could go off and nothing would wake them up, which that's why me and my brother got away with so much when we were growing up. That's why I don't think I had a bad, childhood. Well, I took the car all the way to town, no problems, nothing. And I made sure I had gas money. And I didn't have my license. I did not get caught. It's weird. You're more cautious when you don't have a license. And then when you get a license and you get pulled over, it's how it goes. But I made it home with no problem, snuck back in the house, and my parents didn't even know. And I did that with my dad's truck, and I messed up his transmission, though, because it was standard going up a hill where I live now. So, and it was fun. I'm not saying it was the right thing to do because I could have, like, wrecked my mom or dad's vehicle at the time. And not only that, I would have looked at them like, okay, how did your child get your keys? Well, I knew where they were, and I was a snoop. So, but I enjoyed you guys taking the time and watching me live and reading Greenlights with Matthew McConaughey. If you don't know the book, or check it out. It is a good read. And what are your plans for before the new year? Are you going to read? Are you going to get out of your comfort zone? What you doing? Because we all benefit. It's just finding how do we benefit each other? The knowledge, the truthful realness, being ourselves and learning, and actually sharing other people how we're doing the learning or these challenges that they give us in each predicament. Because to have a business online or anything that you're going after, what do you got to do? You got to get out of your comfort zone, right? If you want a new job or if you want this or want that, what's one thing that you need to do? You got to get out of your comfort zone and do it. And just say, well, if people don't like you, that's their problem, not yours. Remember that. It's none of your business what anybody thinks of you. Just be yourself. I could care less what people think of me anymore. I'm not the greatest looking person, but I'm happy with myself. I thank the stars every night, and when I get up, I'm very grateful for all the people that encourage me to get out of my comfort zone, do these readings, teachings, Because it's not all about sales. It's about how do I benefit? I show up. I'm not perfect at this, and I don't expect anybody else to be perfect at this. We're all learning. We're all changing and learning in a different way, and how we help one another online. So if you ever need my help, I'm here. Please don't be afraid to reach out and say, hi, Melissa, or sis. A lot of people call me sis. And I'm here to help you grow and try something new. Don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. Please, though, if you friend me, please engage with me first, because I show the consideration when I go to somebody else's page. I go and friend them, or I talk to them first on their page, see where they're at, because I don't need any more drama in my life either. And because I'm being more aware of my emotions, and I'm an empath, and certain vibes can really, that up and down feeling, well, a lot of it is other people's energy. And just like now, I'm giving my energy to you guys and my heart, because being truthful. So have a good evening, good night, good afternoon, wherever you're tuning in. And know that you're awesome, you're amazing. Step out of your comfort zone, try something new, do a live, do a dance, shake it up, have fun, and have an amazing Tuesday. See you later. Toodaloo.